So I've always been completely honest with you guys. Yes, Cursed City, I am a little bit salty. I'm hoping eventually it will correct itself. I loved the experience of Blackstone Fortress. And I have to say, Games Workshop really nailed that perfectly from the grim, dark point of view. Models, fantastic. Components, fantastic. Campaign/random play, grabbed it so well. Production value, of course, really, really high. And we would expect that production value to be really high being Games Workshop. But it was really amazing to explore a part of the grimdark. What I really liked about Blackstone Fortress was the grimdark narrative is so expansive. We got to really look at something totally unique, something totally different that would normally be happening in the background. You know, the discovery of literally a new Blackstone Fortress. But the ramifications that has on the entire Imperium. And it all comes down to a rogue trader. So I was really interested in that. I loved it. And being able to experience something similar, jumping in with Cursed City, I was really intrigued. And I have to also say, if we look at Silver Tower and the evolution from there, they've been evolving the Quest series more and more. So I knew Cursed City was only going to be better. Limited release, sold out instantaneously, zero support. Games Workshop, really dropping it for whatever reason. Now, some of the things that I've seen online approach it from the point of view of GW printed what they printed up. They fired up the printing presses, so to speak, and they knew it was going to sell out. They overhyped it. They don't care. They got their massive cash injection, and we're on to the next. Another thing that I was reading, which I think has some good weight behind it, the fact that there are supply chain issues and printing issues and things with shipping. So it sold out much faster than they expected, and they expected to be able to have that second wave. I've heard that a second wave is inbound at some point, and that does make sense simply because Blackstone Fortress, it wasn't just the core. It was about every 6 to 8 months, a new release, a new pack. Paying $65 for a Zote, paying $95 for two big Taubots at the end at the quest. No spoilers. So it only made sense, given that everyone was hungry for Cursed City, that they're going to be having, I want to see 8-10 expansion packs, $100 a pop, and we're good to go. So I do think there's going to be an incoming second wave. I hope there is. But being Games Workshop, I don't know. Maybe there isn't. But I ask if this was the turning point, because I see online, now there's the usual hobbyists and supporters and promoters and influencers that Games Workshop works with. They got a copy. It's fully painted. It looks great. That's just good business sense. Hype it up. But what I noticed was the people that received it, and I'm not talking about someone that was lucky and painted it up and is playing it, smaller channels like myself, but really the influencers that are only there to promote and influence themselves through Games Workshop. It was interesting that generated like some backlash, where it's like, okay, I understand you're running your business and you made an agreement. GW is going to send you this product and then you're going to promote it. But in doing so, it was like a negative reinforcement that people in the comments were like, why are you promoting something that GW just totally mishandled? And didn't even mishandle it and say, hey, more's on the way, or we misjudged, or spin it some sort of Age of Sigmar tale and more's on the way. Just, it was literally like, oh, if you didn't get it, too bad. And it was interesting to see the shift, at least on my perspective, my opinion, your opinion, of course, in the comments. I saw a lot of long-time GW fans and players that I know, not only virtually, but in person, that were like, I'm not saying I'm done with GW, but this really pissed me off, and this really was not handled correctly, and they felt a little bit disappointed as a loyal fan, as someone who has actively supported Games Workshop through the years. And that was the first time, and I've seen it in multiple people, where there was a pause. Before that, myself included, it's like, well, all right, yeah, I'm angry at you, Games Workshop, because your things are expensive and you keep on changing my books and I can't keep up. But I like the models and I like the community, so I'll just deal with that. Now it's like Cursed City was the first I saw it, perhaps building on the fact that Blackstone Fortress was also a little bit mishandled with release. They sold out, that's it, nothing reprinted. If you didn't get the expansions at the time, it was done. Despite the fact Games Workshop saying, hey, long term, we're going to support Blackstone Fortress. You're going to be able to play it. You're going to be able to do it. I see that pause. I felt that pause myself. And is that a slight turning point for Games Workshop? Now, if they can correct it, if they can fix it, if they can learn from it, then I think it could catapult and turn into something really amazing with momentum and bring back a lot of people. But if this is the direction that they're going in, where, okay, you missed out, doesn't matter, we've got thousands more that got it, and we made our money, and we've got that little uptick of percent in the Excel sheet, so profits are great, go somewhere else, we don't need you. If it's that type of attitude, and you just never know with Games Workshop, because they have no outbound communication. No comments are closed, stuff on the forums are closed, on their social media closed. Like, it's completely one way. You never really know. They don't manage that aspect well. Or maybe it's just Web 3.0. You never comment on anything from that perspective. I don't know. But do you think there was a turning point? Do you think Cursed City was possibly a turning point? And do you think GW can course correct that at some point?